This is a maintenance tracker which I have created in Excel. Before creating the new format, let's see how it works. On the left hand side, we have got our serial number. So in the very beginning, we have to put our serial number. I'll put 1 over here, enter. As soon as I inserted my serial number, we can see highlight in issues. Means we have to do our entry over here now. I'll put one issue over here, issue 1, enter. Now we can see highlight in accountable person. And on the right hand side, we can see information date. Information date and months will be captured automatically. When we come to right hand side, over here we can see pending from days and status. Information date will be today's date. This is our today's date. And when we come to left hand side, we can see today's date over here also on the top. So now we have to do the entry in the highlighted part. I'll click over here. Drop down got visible. I'll click on drop down and we'll select a desired name. After selecting the name, department and contact number got visible. And we can see the highlight in store code. Means we have to do the entry over here now. I'll click over here and from the drop down, I'll select desired store code. Store name got visible over here and the highlight shifted to ticket number. I'll put ticket number over here, enter. Now the highlight got shifted to priority. I'll select priority from the drop down. We'll come to right hand side. Now we can see the highlight in completion date. Currently, pending from days is showing 0. This will keep on changing on daily basis and it will change automatically. When the issue will be resolved, you will have to put completion date over here. I'll take some random date. Before hitting enter, I'll come to right hand side. Now I'll hit enter. Pending from days got invisible and we can see time taken in completion. It's 62 days and the status is done. In case there are some comments, you can put over here. Let's come to left. To create this format, we will need some data. And for data, I have created setting sheet. In setting sheet, we will have department name, related person of the department and their contact number, our store code, store name and priorities. Let's come to maintenance tracker. Now we will start creating our format. I'll open a new workbook. So I have opened a new workbook. When we come to sheet's name, we can see sheet 1. I'll double click on sheet 1 and we'll rename this. This will be settings. We'll click on A1. We'll take settings data from my example file. This is my setting data. Over here we have got all our departments, person related to the department and their contact number, our store codes and their names and priorities. In setting sheet, we haven't got any formula. I'll come down and we'll click on plus. Means I'll insert a new sheet. We'll rename the sheet. We'll double click over here. This will be maintenance tracker. We'll click on A1. We'll take column A closer. We'll click on B2 and we'll insert the formula of today. That will be plus or equal to today. Bracket open, bracket close, and I'll hit enter. We'll drag this till D. Now I'll click on B2 means our first date. We'll press Ctrl 1. We'll go to custom. Over here we can see type dd/mm/yy. So I'll delete yy, mm and we'll keep only dd. We'll come down and we'll click on OK. So we got today's date. Now I want month over here. So I'll press Ctrl 1. We'll go to custom. We'll remove YY and we'll remove DD also. Now we can see MM. In MM, I'll add one more M, means M 3 times. We'll come down and we'll click on OK. We can see month's name. Now I'll come to year. We'll press Ctrl 1. We'll come to custom. We'll leave YY and we'll delete rest of these. In YY, I'll add 2 more Y, means Y 4 times. We'll come down and we'll click on OK. So we can see current year. We'll select row number 2. We'll go on top and we'll change the font style. We'll do as Arial black. We'll leave row number 3 blank. We'll take this closer. We'll click on B4. This will be serial number, issues, accountable person. We'll select row number 4. We'll go to Home tab We'll come to right hand side. Over here we get the option of wrap text. I'll click on wrap text. We'll click just after accountable person. Department, contact number, store code, store name. We'll come to serial number. We'll put 1. Enter. 2. We'll select both and we'll drag it down. Let's keep till 10. We'll click on serial number. We'll press Shift, Control, down arrow key, right arrow key, and we'll create borders. We'll increase the size of issues, serial number, issues, and accountable person. Entries will be done manually, so I will highlight the cells in gray. This is just to identify where manual entries will be done. Department contact number. I'll put some different color over here. We'll change the font color. Both the things will be formulated. Store name, even this will be formulated. Store code, entry will be done manually. Issues, I'll take issue 1. Now we will highlight our cells through conditional formatting. I'll click on issue 1. We'll go to Home tab. We'll come to right hand side. Over here we can see conditional formatting. We'll click on drop down and we'll go to New Rule. From here we will select Classic. In case you are using Windows, you'll not be getting the option of Classic. You'll be diverted to next step, and that is use a formula to determine which cells to format. And the formula will be plus or equal to, I'll click on serial number. Conditional formatting has inserted $2, one in the beginning and one in the center. So I'll delete the dollar which is in the center or in mid. We'll come to the end. Smaller than, greater than means not equal to. Not equal to blank. For blank I have inserted double inverted comma twice. To highlight all the cells in the whole format, we are going to use this formula only. Now I'll come down. Over here we can see light red fill with dark red text, and conditional formatting provides this color by default. Now I'll click on OK. So my cell got highlighted. If I'll delete serial number from here, the highlight got vanished. I'll put serial number once again. I'll click on issue 1. We'll go to conditional formatting once again. New rule. From here I'll select classic. And from the drop down I'll select use a formula to determine which cells to format. This time our formula will be plus or equal to. I'll click on issue 1. Last time I had clicked on serial number. This time I have clicked on issue 1. This time I'll delete both the dollars. Is not equal to. For not equal to I have inserted smaller than, greater than. Not equal to blank. For blank I have inserted double inverted comma twice. We'll click on drop down, customized format. We'll go to fill. We'll click on drop down and we'll select no color. We'll go to font and we'll select font color as black. We'll come down and we'll click on OK. OK. So my color got vanished. Let's delete rest of the serial numbers. So currently we have got serial 1. I'll delete this also and we'll delete issue 1. Now I'll put serial number 1 over here and my cell got highlighted. Means I have to do the entry over here now. Issue 1, enter. As soon as I have inserted my issue, color got vanished. I have inserted my conditional formatting just in top cell. I'll drag this down. We'll delete rest of the issues. Accountable person. We'll select from top to bottom. We'll go to Data tab. In Data tab, we get the option of Data Tools in the right hand side. In Data Tools, we have got Data Validation. I'll click on Data Validation. We can see any value. I'll click on drop down and we'll select List. Source. I'll be going to my Settings sheet and we'll select name of all the person from top to bottom. We'll come to right hand side and we'll click on OK. So our drop down list got created. I'll select a random name, department and contact number. Both the things will be fully formulated. So I'll click over here and we'll insert the formula of VLOOKUP. Plus or equal to VLOOKUP. Bracket open, lookup value. Name of the person will be our lookup value. I'm going to drag my formula to right. So I'll partially lock my lookup value. I'll press F4 or function F4 3 times. And dollar got inserted in the very beginning, comma, table array. Table array means our data. and our data is in setting sheet. So I'll be going to setting sheet. We'll select name, department and contact number. I have selected from top. Basic reason for selecting from top: in case my data increases in future, I'll not have to change my range. Now I'll press F4 or function F4 one time and my range will be logged, comma, column index number. Selection of VLOOKUP started from name. So name automatically became column index number 1. Department became 2 and contact number became 3. So I want department that is in number 2. I'll put 2 over here, comma, 0 for exact match. We'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. We'll increase the column size. We can see name of the department. What will happen if I'll delete accountable person from here? We got NA error. So to avoid an error, we will insert the criteria of if error. I'll click over here. Now I'll double click. We'll come in the very beginning and we'll insert the criteria of if error. If error, bracket open, we'll come to the end, comma, double inverted comma twice for blank. We'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. Now we can't see anything. I'll come to accountable person and we'll select a desired name and we got department's name. I'll drag this to right. We'll double click over here. In the end we can see 2 and this is our column index number. We'll delete 2 and we'll put 3. Enter. We got contact number. Why I have inserted 3 as column index number? When we will go to our setting sheet, in setting sheet, we can see column index number, name is 1, department 2 and contact number is 3. Only reason I have inserted 3 in my format. Store code. I'll select from top to bottom. We'll go to data tab. We'll come to right hand side. We'll click on drop down, data validation. Any value, we will select least from here, source. We'll go to our setting sheet. We'll take this to left. Over here we have got all the store codes. So I'll select all the store codes from top to bottom. I have selected few extra cells. Now I'll come to left and we'll click on OK. So my drop down list got created. Let's come to accountable person. I'll go to home tab. We'll go to conditional formatting. From here I'll select new rule. And from the drop down I'll select classic. As I have told earlier, Windows users will not be getting the option of classic. They will be directly diverted to next step and that is use a formula to determine 𝐕_to format. We'll take this down and the formula will be plus or equal to. I'll click on issue 1. We'll delete dollar from the center is not equal to blank. I'm inserting the same formula to highlight my cell what I have inserted for issue 1. Now I'll come to right and we'll click on OK. So my cell got highlighted. We'll go to conditional formatting once again. New rule. From here I'll select classic and from the drop down I'll select use a formula to determine 𝐕_to format. We'll take this to right. Formula will be plus or equal to. This time I'll click on name. We'll delete both the dollars is not equal to blank. We'll take this on top. We'll click on drop down and we'll select customized format. We'll go to fill. From here I'll select no color and font will be black. We'll click on OK. OK. So my color got vanished. Let's delete all the things from here. Let's insert serial number 1. Enter. We can see highlight in issues. So we have to do the entry over here now. Issue 1. Enter. Now we can see highlight in accountable person. So we have to do entry over here now. Cameron. Both the things got picked up. Now we will come to store code. But before that, I'll drag this down. In this way, I have dragged down my conditional formatting. We'll delete rest. We'll come to store code. We'll select store code over here. Over here also we will use our conditional formatting. We'll go to conditional formatting, new rule, classic, and from here I'll select use a formula to determine 𝐕_to format. We'll take this down. Formula will be plus or equal to. We'll click on contact number. We'll delete dollar from center. Smaller than, greater than means not equal to blank. I'll insert double inverted comma twice. We'll come to right and we'll click on OK. Store code got highlighted. We'll go to conditional formatting once again. New rule. From here I'll select classic, and from the drop down I'll select use a formula to determine which cells to format. Formula will be plus or equal to. We'll click on store code. We'll delete both the dollars. Not equal to blank. We'll click on drop down, customize format. We'll go to fill. From here I'll select no color and font will be black. We'll come down and we'll click on OK. 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 So wherever we have to highlight the cells, we are using two conditional formattings. I'll drag this down, means I'll drag down my conditional formatting. We'll delete rest. Store name. This will be formulated. I'll insert my formula over here. Let's come to right hand side. Plus or equal to 𝑣LOOKUP. Bracket open, lookup value. This time my store code will be lookup value, comma, table array. Will go to my setting sheet. Will select store code and store name. Will press F4 or function F4 and my range will be logged, comma, column index number. Selection of VLOOKUP started from store code, so store code automatically became column index number 1. Name became 2, so I'll put 2 over here, comma, 0 for exact match. Even we can put false for exact match. I'll close the bracket and will hit enter. We got store name over here. If I'll change store name as 005, my store name again got changed. I'll undo this. We'll click on the formula. We'll double click over here. We'll come in the very beginning and we'll insert the criteria of if error. If error, bracket open, will come to the end, comma, double inverted comma twice for blank, we'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. Now we can drag down our formula. We'll click just after store name, ticket number, priority, information date. We'll come to right hand side, months, completion date, pending from. I'll give space. In bracket I'll take days. We'll increase the column size. Time taken in completion. We'll adjust the column size. We'll come to right hand side. Status, comments. We'll come to left hand side. We'll click on ticket number and we'll select till end. We'll press Shift Control right arrow key and we'll create borders. Entry of ticket number and priority will be done manually, so I'll highlight the cell in gray. Even the entry of completion date will be done manually, so I'll highlight this in gray. We'll come to right hand side. Comments will highlight this in gray. Rest all the things will be fully formulated. So I'll change the color. We'll come to left. We'll change the color over here also. Now we will highlight ticket number. We'll go to conditional formatting, new rule. From here I'll select classic. And from the drop down I'll select use a formula to determine which cells to format. We'll take this down. Formula will be plus or equal to. We'll click just before the cell of ticket number, that is store name. We'll delete dollar from center is not equal to blank and we'll click on OK. This cell got highlighted. Let's take one random ticket number, that is 101. Enter. We'll select the whole column and we'll align all the things in center. Now I'll click on ticket number. We'll go to conditional formatting and we'll insert our second condition. New rule, classic, use a formula to determine which cells to format. Formula will be plus or equal to. We'll take this down and we'll click on ticket number. We'll delete both the dollars is not equal to blank. We'll take this on top. We'll click on drop down, customized format, fill. From here we will select no color, font will be black. OK. OK. Color got vanished. We'll drag this down. We'll delete rest of the ticket numbers. We'll come to priority. We'll highlight priority also in the same way. Conditional formatting, new rule, classic, use a formula to determine which cells to format. We'll take this down, plus or equal to. We'll click on ticket number. We'll delete dollar from the center is not equal to blank. We'll click on OK. We'll go to conditional formatting once again and we'll insert second condition. New rule. From here I'll select classic. Use a formula to determine 𝐵𝐶H2 format. Formula will be plus or equal to. We'll take this down. We'll click on priority. We'll delete both the dollars. Not equal to blank. We'll take this on top. We'll click on drop down. Customize format. Fill. No color. Font. Black. OK. OK. So my cell got highlighted. Priorities will be managed through drop downs. Let me drag down this first. I'll leave it selected. We'll go to data tab. We'll come to right and we'll click on data validation. From here I'll select list, source. We'll go to my settings sheet. We'll take this to left and we'll select all the priorities from top to bottom. In priorities I have taken low, medium, high and urgent. You can add more priorities as per your requirement. Now I'll come to left and we'll click on OK. So my drop down list got created. I'll select low and my highlight got vanished. Information date. This will be fully formulated. As soon as any issue will be mentioned in the very beginning, means over here, our date will be automatically visible. So we will insert formula over here. But before inserting the formula, we will have to do some changes. Changes of Windows users will be totally different from MacBook users. And we will see both the settings of Windows as well as MacBook. In the very beginning, I'll show the changes of MacBook. We'll go on top. Over here we can see Excel. Just after Apple logo, we'll click on Excel. We'll go to Preferences. We'll click on Calculation. Over here we can see Use Iterative Calculation. Currently it's untick. I'll tick this. Maximum iteration will be 100 and maximum change will be 0.001. There's no option of OK in MacBook. I'll directly close this. I'm doing these changes before inserting my formula. Now we will see the settings of Windows. Windows users will have to go to File, means File tab on top. Just click on File tab. Once you will click on File tab, you will be getting lots of options. Just go to Formulas, come to right hand side. In the right hand side, you have got the option of Enable Iterative Calculation. Maximum iteration 100 and maximum change will be 0.001. Once the changes are done, come down and click on OK. Once all the changes will be done, we have to insert the formula. Let's change the font color over here first. Over here also I'll change the font color. Information date. The formula will be plus or equal to. Now, bracket open, bracket close. Enter. Through now, I got today's date as well as current time. I'll press Ctrl 1. We'll go to date. We'll select a desired date format and we'll click on OK. We'll align this in center. So this is first part of our formula. I'll double click over here. We'll come in the very beginning and we'll insert the criteria of if. If, bracket open, we are inserting our formula in K5. This is column K and row number 5, means cell number is K5. I'll put K5 over here manually. Is equal to blank, means if this cell is blank, comma, I want now as a result. We'll come to the end, comma, if this cell is not blank, I want same cell to be visible. So I'll put K5 once again. So over here I have used circular reference. We'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. We got date, but there's some challenge with the date. We'll add one more condition of if. We'll double click over here. We'll come in the very beginning. If, bracket open, we'll come to left and we'll click on issue 1. We'll come to right, is not equal to. For not equal to, I'll insert smaller than greater than. Not equal to blank. If issue is not equal to blank, comma, I want this formula. But if issues are blank, I want blank as a return. So I'll come to the end, comma, double inverted comma twice for blank. We'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. Again we can see wrong information date. Let's come to left. Let's delete issue 1 from here. I'll type issue once again. Enter. Let's come to right. And this time we can see today's date. We'll drag down the formula. Months. Formula will be plus or equal to text. Bracket open. We'll click on information date, comma, double inverted comma, MMM means M 3 times, double inverted comma close, bracket close, and I'll hit enter. And I got the month of information date. We'll drag this down. Let's come to right hand side. Completion date. Entry of completion date will be done manually. I'll insert a random date over here. We'll select from top to bottom and we'll align all the things in left. We'll select the whole column. We'll press Ctrl 1. We'll go to date. We'll select a desired date format. We'll come down and we'll click on OK. My date format got changed. We have to highlight completion date also. So I'll be going to conditional formatting, new rule. From here I'll select classic. As I have told earlier, window users will not be getting the option of classic. They will be diverted to next step, and that is use a formula to determine which cells to format. Over here also we are going to insert the same formula what we had inserted earlier. Plus or equal to, I'll click the cell just before my completion date, means in the months. We'll delete dollar from the center, not equal to blank. No changes over here. We'll click on OK. So we are inserting two conditions in each cell. In the first formula, we are taking previous cell as a reference, and in the second formula, we are using the same cell reference. So one condition is already applied. Let's go to conditional formatting, new rule, classic, and from here I'll select use a formula to determine which cells to format. Plus or equal to, we'll click on the same cell, means we'll click on completion date. We'll delete both the dollars, not equal to blank. We'll click on drop down, customize format, fill. From here I'll select no color and font will be black. And we'll click on OK. OK. Now I'll drag down completion date. We'll delete rest of the dates. Pending from days. Formula will be plus or equal to today. Bracket open, bracket close. Enter. We got today's date. We'll align this in center. But over here, we don't want dates. We want days. I'll click on top and we'll press Ctrl 1. We'll go to General. We'll come down and we'll click on OK. We got some random figure. We'll double click on random figure. We'll come to the end. Minus information date. I'll hit enter. We can see some error. Let's press Ctrl 1 once again. Let's go to number. Decimal places, I'll do as 0 and we'll click on OK. We got 0 over here. Let's come to left. We can see 0 because information date is today's date. This is fully formulated, so I can't change this. So this is first part of the formula. We'll come to the beginning and we'll insert the criteria of if bracket open, information date is equal to blank. For blank, I'll insert double inverted comma twice, comma. If information date will be blank, in return I want blank, so I'll put double inverted comma twice once again, comma. We'll come to the end, we'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. We'll insert one more condition of if. We'll double click over here, we'll come in the very beginning. If bracket open, we have to take completion date over here, but completion date is not visible, so I'll click on header and through down arrow key I'll come down. If completion date is not equal to, for not equal to I have inserted smaller than greater than. If completion date is not equal to blank, for blank I'll insert double inverted comma twice, comma. If completion date is not equal to blank, in return I want blank, so I'll put double inverted comma twice once again, comma. We'll come to the end, we'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. So we can't see anything in pending from days now. Let's come to right. Time taken in completion. Formula will be plus or equal to completion date minus information date. Enter. We'll select the whole column. We'll press Ctrl 1. We'll go to number, decimal places, 0. We'll do OK. We'll align all the things in center. So this is first part. We'll double click over here. We'll come in the very beginning and we'll insert the criteria of if. if bracket open completion date is equal to 0, comma, if completion date will be 0, in return I want blank, so I'll put double inverted comma twice for blank, comma, we'll come to the end, we'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. So we got 31. Through this formula, if pending from days will be visible, time taken in completion will not be visible. But when time taken in completion will be visible, pending from date will not be visible. Status. Let's change the font color. We'll click over here and we'll insert my formula, and the formula will be plus or equal to if bracket open. We'll click on pending from days is equal to blank. For blank I have inserted double inverted comma twice, comma, if pending from days will be blank, I want done as a result, so I'll put double inverted comma done, double inverted comma close, comma, if bracket open time taken in completion is equal to blank, comma, if time taken in completion will be blank, as a return I want pending, so I'll put double inverted comma pending. Whenever we insert any text in Excel formulas, we have to take the text in double inverted commas. It's mandatory, or we can say it's the thumb rule. Double inverted comma close, and we will close the bracket till bracket doesn't get black. Enter. We can see done over here. Before dragging down the formula, we will have to insert one more criteria of if. We'll double click over here. We'll come in the very beginning. If bracket open information date is equal to blank. If information date will be blank, I don't want to show anything. Means in return I want blank. So I'll put comma, double inverted comma twice for blank, comma. We'll come to the end. We'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. Now we can drag this down. Comments. Let's come to right hand side. I'll increase the column size. Let's come to left. Let's change the cell color over here. Let's change the font color. We'll insert outside border. We'll select till end and we'll merge the cells. We'll change the cell color as well as font color. We'll increase the row size. This will be maintenance tracker. We'll align the things in left. We'll increase the font size. Over here also I'll increase the font size. We'll go to view and we'll remove the grid lines. And our format is ready.